SACS FACTOR 2020. I'm going to introduce to you Walmary Wellington to do the acknowledgement to country. Wal and his uncle co-wrote this particular version of the acknowledgement. And Mr. Hammond will be playing the didgeridoo.
Nai Danguli, Gunji, Jeranja Wandi Wandian. My name is Walmary Wellington, and I'm from the south coast of New South Wales. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, who are the traditional custodians of the land on which we stand today. Their borders are the Hawkesbury River to the north, the Nepean River to the west, and the Georges River to the south. I would also like to acknowledge any elders, past and present, who are current this day, and just to respect the land we're on today. Thank you.
I'm going to introduce to you our MCs for SACS FACTOR 2020. And firstly, we have Josh Dimartina Bevan and we have Natalie Newman.
Hello! Welcome to SACS FACTOR 2020. I'm noticing a few different things this year. Aren't we meant to be in there, Natalie?
It's the cathedral, but we're not in it.
Obviously, we're doing remote SACS FACTOR this year. An entirely different set of skills for our performers this year.
It's just crazy. I know so many houses have had to learn new things. I think many YouTube tutorials were watched.
Yes, definitely. And this event, it's a time for our community to come together, but it's important to acknowledge that this event is completely student-run. Students did the editing, the mixing, the performing, the filming. Yeah, they did everything. And of course, with the support of our heads of houses, thank you so much for your work during this whole period.
Yeah, so that's what SACS FACTOR really is. It's a celebration of the students and kind of the talent that still perpetuates through the school, from
Definitely.
the chorus to singing at the start of the school to now where we have rock bands and orchestras
Yes.
and anything, you name it.
Of course, it is a time for our community to come together. It is also a little bit of a competition.
Is
isn't
it? Is it? I'm not very competitive myself. I wouldn't know.
So you can look through all of the performances through the lens of our judging criteria. We have 3 expert judges who will be judging the whole thing that you can keep an eye on. If anything's rigged, it's not, but you can check. So we have our judging criteria, which we'll run through now.
So first off, originality and creativity. What's that, Josh?
So originality, that's how creative is the interpretation of the song. How original is the video, those kind of things.
Next, technical difficulties. So that's kind of, is the song that they've chosen to a level where they can kind of do something with it. So you have like really challenging songs with some 8th grade violin techniques in it, and then you have Mary Had a Little Lamb, which is part of Essential Elements Book 1 for concert bands.
None of our houses have thankfully done Mary Had a Little Lamb. That would be interesting though. And this criteria is not to be confused with technical accomplishment, however. That's how well have they performed the actual song. Are they in tune? Are they in time?
Yeah, so as we mentioned, it's a competition. So the points for this all go towards the Dean Pitt Shield. And not just that, but the winning house today will have their name engraved on the SACS FACTOR plate, which will forever cement their house's name in history. A special year this year, SACS FACTOR Online. It's not just any dinner plate.
I know, it's not just any dinner plate, but we were thinking all the houses have put in so much work this year. We were looking through Dr. Collier's office, trying to dig up some dirt, and we actually found a dishwasher in there, which hosted an incredible array of all these different plates that we thought we would bring out this year.
Just past awards that have kind of come out through the school's history and have been lost in time, but we have revived them for you today. You should count yourselves lucky. Not only are we online, but we have a whole new set of awards.
Yeah, exactly. Different this year is also the People's Choice Award. Do you want to run through a bit of that, Natalie?
Okay, so last year we kind of introduced the People's Choice Award, but this year the People's Choice Award is open to voting from Andreans, from old Andreans, from parents, from staff, from anyone. You can put in money in your house groups if you're at school or online at charity.com, charity with a D, /SACS FACTOR.
And we'll be running through where the money is going throughout today. We can see the incredible work we're doing as this is a charity event. But I'm sure you guys are all itching for the first video. We've been talking so much, Natalie.
We have.
So first up, we have Westminster, who Natalie will introduce.
Welcome. Hello. So we have Hope and Thea today from Westminster House. What is your act?
So we're actually doing a Shrek mashup, which was an excellent choice. So it's Hallelujah, moving into All Star, holding out for a hero, and then finishing with I'm a Believer.
Wow, that is very ambitious. I think Shrek was kind of a 2012 meme, was it not? Is that something that you're going for? Are you looking more for the musical quality?
Oh, definitely the musical quality. That's all we focused on. Like, that's the only thing, Natalie.
Okay. So I know in Hallelujah there's a particular lyric that goes, David played a secret chord or something along those lines. Did you discover what the secret chord was?
Well, I can say that we did, but I'm not sure if I want to disclose that information in front of all the other houses.
I guess we'll have to see if we can kind of discover it through the clip or if it will forever remain a secret. So let's see what Westminster has to offer.
A secret chord that David played and that pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the manifold, and the major lift, the baffled king composer. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with a finger and a thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Oh, hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid, and all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars.
This looks horrific.
Okay, so before we move on to our first interview, we would like to present our first house plate. So this plate goes to Westminster for the best recreation of Shrek. We'd like to present you the Shrek Award. It was, in fact, in Dr. Collier's dishwasher, as we previously mentioned. Congratulations, Westminster.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we have a charity video.
Hello, St Andrew's Cathedral School. This is Pastor Matt Johnson coming to you yet again from South Sydney Anglican Church. As always, we are striving to be a church overflowing with faith, hope and love in Jesus. Even in the midst of coronavirus, we are still running our food ministry, our drug and alcohol programs, albeit now with more gloves, more face masks, more temperature checking. You can see that in some of the photos on your screen. But friends, we so value the connection we have with St Andrew's Cathedral School. We thank you for you coming in and working with us as we minister to the least, the last and the lost of Redfern. But as always, we also appreciate the money that you raise, the finances you give us to support this very valuable work. I hope SACS Factor is as good as always. I hope you knock it out of the park, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. God bless.
Thank you so much, Matt Johnston, for that lovely message. So SACS is involved with the South Anglican Church with this partner charity event. SACS students help with the weekly food ministry run by Oz Harvest through various programs at the school. Did you want to run through those?
So Oz Harvest basically supports both South Sydney Anglican Church, which is the partner of this event, as Matt Johnson was he was a member of that church. And we also partner with Rough Edges, who use Oz Harvest to give meals to the homeless people of the kind of Sydney area.
Yeah, and so Year 10s are involved with this charity through Community Service Week, which is a great time for them to develop their service-minded skills and also give back, learn about different perspectives. Yeah. So all the money that we raise today is going towards that charity, so please be generous with those People's Choice votes.
Vote for your house, but most importantly, donate to charity.
So now we have Act 2 coming up. I welcome Salisbury House to the stage. Welcome, Salisbury. Hello, hello, hello. First, what are your names? Introduce yourself.
I'm Jess Luff. And I'm Izzy.
Hello, thank you for coming, Jess and Izzy. First, what is your act today? What is the name of the act? What have you chosen to do?
So we're doing a mashup of two boy bands, One Direction and the Backstreet Boys, and it's called the Home Brand Boy Band.
I love it. So what was the inspiration for choosing this act?
We really just wanted to embody the fun, homely aspect of the Salisbury community.
Love it. See, there is a slight hitch. Both bands have split up since their first conception. It's a bit awkward. That doesn't really bode well for Salisbury House. Are you feeling any tensions within the band members?
Well, actually, it was a metaphor, for the year 12s that are about to leave and go to uni and, the legacy that we're going to leave for the other Salisbury members.
That is beautiful. Before we get on to the act, I have an award for you guys. The house which really embodied the Year 6 formal vibes. Congratulations. This award was first created on the first Year 6 formal in 1836, where they played One Direction and Backstreet Boys. It was the party of the century. Thank you so much.
Desire, believe
so much for that incredible performance, Salisbury House. Now we're going to be introducing one of our judges. Could you please introduce yourself, Annie?
Hello, I'm Annie McDonald, and yeah, I'm really excited to be judging this competition.
So you're an old Andrian, Annie. What year did you graduate?
2013.
Right, so since then, have you noticed any big changes around the school?
It hasn't changed too much. The bones are still there, but it's had a bit of a facelift. Yeah, it's looking very slick and yeah, nice.
A little bit of concealer. And I guess, what was a favourite moment you had here at SACS that you can remember?
I don't know if I could pin down one favourite moment, but I really loved being involved with all the shows. We got to do Beauty and the Beast in Year 12, and I absolutely loved doing, all the drama and the sport and music.
Must be nostalgic for you coming back then.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you so much for giving up your time to judge this a bit quirky competition. Good luck. Thank you so much.
Hello, so welcome back to this area. I'd like to welcome our next house, Hereford. So we have here Rory and Brendan. Rory, what is your act about?
So, in the current unfortunate events that have happened over the past year, I thought the best way to go about this was to imagine that we are all champions. So, because, and also our head of houses, Mr. Champion, we might as well be called Mr. Champions, Champions, Champions.
That's so inspirational. I can't respond to that. So, Brendan, Hereford hasn't won in a very long time. Do you think that the middle school talent is going to kind of give you a lift that you need?
Yeah, of course. Without skill, we will beat everyone.
That's very ambitious. We'll see how they go. So the plate for Hereford goes for Mr. Champions Champions, and it is presented to Hereford House, of course, for embodying the spirit of Mr. Champion and championship. Let's see what Hereford has to offer.
I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I've come through. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions, we are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world.
I've taken my bow and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge for the whole human race, and I ain't gonna lose. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the
world. I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime and bad mistakes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Champions. That was an out-of-this-world experience. So please, we welcome another of our judges here today. Could you introduce yourself, Ben?
Hello everyone, my name is Ben Hayward, and I graduated from SACS in 2011.
2011, that's a while back. What have you been doing since leaving SACS?
So I left SACS and I started studying audio because I love music and I love production. And since then I've been doing live events, doing recording, playing a bit of music here and there, playing in some bands. Yeah.
And I hear it's one of those live events that Mr. Solstrom found you to come back to here.
So actually I asked him if it was okay if I told this story. And the way I guess Mr. Salter and myself rekindled our high school love was through him joining the audience at Lazy Bones in Marrickville and watching one of the bands I play in called Slow Nomad play a set, which also involves 4 other St Andrews boys. So yeah, I guess Mr. Saltram is an official fanboy of the band. Yeah.
Make sure to check out what was it?
Slow Nomad.
Slow Nomad. Thank you so much, Ben, for joining us. Good luck with the judging.
Cheers.
Hello, so I'd like to welcome our next house, Winchester. We have Dash and Freya, welcome. So, Winchester's in the dungeon, and your song is Mr. Blue Sky. Have you seen any blue sky before?
Not quite.
Yeah.
So what kind of is the story behind your song then?
Well, you know, us Winchester Wolves, we're stuck down in the basement of the BBC, or as we fondly call it, the dungeon.
We never see the sun. We never see the blue sky.
No, this SACS FACTOR piece it's about the Winchesterian experience.
It's really an exploration of the rulers of the dungeon breaking out and experience the majestic beauty of the blue sky.
Very profound. So we have our next plate to present. I'll just grab it here. So, the award was donated to the school in 1901 by Mr. Blue. It is very, very prolific. And the award is the Mr. Blue Plate Award in the form of a blue plate. Thanks, Winchester. I'd love to hear what you have to offer.
running down the avenue. See how the sun shines brightly in the city, in the streets where once was pity. Mr. Blue Sky is living here today. Hey, Mr. Blue Sky,
Tell us why
you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go? Mr. Blue Sky,
Tell us why
you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go?
you with a pretty face, welcome to the human race. A celebration, Mr. Blue Sky's up there waiting, and today is the day we've waited for. Oh,
Mr. Blue Sky,
tell us why
you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go?
Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. You did it right, but circumstance tonight. Creeping over, now your hand is on your shoulder. Never mind. I remember you this. I remember you this way.
Mr. Blue Sky,
Tell us why
you had to hide away for so long.
So
Where did we go? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why
we're so
you
pleased
had
to
to hide
be with
away for so
Look around,
long.
see what you do.
Where did we
Everybody
go?
smiles at you. La la
So we now have our next judge, Michaela. What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2013.
Wow. What was one thing that you loved about SACS?
I absolutely loved the music department. I think I spent most of my time up there, avoiding class and a few other things.
Amazing. So what are you doing nowadays?
At the moment, I work at a recording studio. I'm just about to finish my composition degree as well in music, so a whole lot of nothing.
Incredible. So you've seen a lot of the videos so far. Like, what kind of, can we get any insight into how it's going?
Yeah, so I have absolutely no bias at all, but I was in Winchester, and I want to say that last video is absolutely sensational. No bias, though.
We'll have to double check the marking criteria as we go. Thanks, Michaela. It's great to have you.
So much, Michaela and Natalie. We're now welcoming our fifth act onto the stage. Welcome, Durham. Could you introduce yourselves? Oh.
I'm Angelina. And I'm Lou.
And could you please say what your act is today?
Our act is Viva La Vida by Coldplay.
Awesome. You must be aware that the Minecraft parody version of Viva La Vida, which came out in 2012, racked up 130 million views on YouTube. Are you regretting the choice to do the original, is what I'm thinking?
No, because we'll do better, so...
Oh, very confident here. I'm excited to see what they've got to put on the table. Talking about tables, food, plates, dinner, plates. We have our Cold Plate Award. This was dug up in the Antarctic when the first expedition went to the Antarctic. SACS student did that. They found the plate. Thank you so much.
Sweep the streets I
goodness, I have never seen a glass used as an instrument before. Good job, Durham.
Incredible work, Durham. Now we'd like to acknowledge all of the students out there watching from classrooms around both the SAH and BBC buildings with this cheer video.
Make sure that you cheer along with the videos and cheer so loudly that the house on the other end of the floor can hear you, so loudly that the ground shakes. Cheer so loudly.
So loudly that Clover Moore will file a noise complaint. That is your challenge. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Turn on the radio, what do you hear? Westminster, Westminster, shouting in your ear! Go Canterbury! Woo! We got spirit, yes we do! We got spirit, how about you? St. Paul's! 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 We got spirit, yes we do! We got spirit, how about you?
Wow, thank you so much, guys. My ears are bleeding. Next, we welcome Canterbury House up to the stage. Welcome, Canterbury. If you could introduce yourselves.
My name is Noah.
My name's Emma.
Thank you so much for joining us, Noah and Emma. First up, what is your act?
We're doing Crazy by Niles Barkley.
That rings a bell. I seem to remember you did Crazy in Love for your Heat song. Has quarantine affected you in some way? Do we need to check up on you? Are you okay?
You know what? We're doing fine. Thank you for asking.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Emma, did you want to dedicate this song to anybody?
We want to dedicate it to an experience that I think we've all had in isolation. So yeah.
All going a little bit crazy. Thank you so much. We have a special plate. It's the Repeated Adjectives Award. It was donated to the school by Sir Johnston Johnston, first to complete a linguistics degree at Sydney University after graduating in 1973. Thank you so much. Excited to see your act.
The virus is continuing to spread. There are almost 3,000 confirmed cases in Australia, with the number of global infections exceeding 500,000.
Today we follow the story of Alexander Panu, the only student who has shown up to St Andrew's Cathedral School on the first day of lockdown.
Wow, that was really emotional. Thank you guys for that.
I really connected with going crazy, learning a new language. I learnt Pig Latin in isolation.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyway, we'd like to give you an update on the People's Choice Award. We have just confirmed that York House is currently in first place for the People's Choice Awards, which is interesting, isn't it, Natalie?
They haven't performed yet.
We're going to follow up on that. We're thinking an illegal brand sponsor from Disney, but we'll check on that and update you later in the show. But now we're going to welcome St. Paul's onto the stage. St. Paul's, welcome.
Welcome, St. Paul's. So, Pip, what is your act? What's the idea behind it?
Yeah, so our act is about community. So St. Paul's is really a community. We seek to bring everyone together, and everyone's a part of this. You know, we've got everyone ranging from some people in the junior school all the way to the senior college, and that's what St. Paul's is really about, getting involved and being a community and lifting everyone up.
It's very beautiful. So, Luca, Mr. Solstrom is your head of house, and he's also head of SACS FACTOR. Is it rigged?
Look, I think that Salty being our head of house means he's harder on us and makes us work to the best of our ability, so I think we got a shot.
Very interesting. Now, Eleni, St. Paul's came second last year to Winchester. Has that made you stronger, or are you on a downward spiral?
You know, as my good friend Kelly Clarkson said, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I think it's only encouraged us to work harder and, yeah.
Very beautiful. Thanks, St. Paul's. Love to see what you have.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burden be, then I am still right here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. Remember the day I set you free? I told you you could always count on me. Yeah, from that day on, I made a vow I'll be there when you won't be, somewhere or somehow. No wind or rain, no winter's cold can't stop me, baby. Oh no, 'cause you are my girl. Send for me, oh baby. Send for me, oh baby.
My love is alive, way down in my heart, although we are miles apart. If you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the doors just as fast as I can.
There ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting tonight. I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world is
Pauls.
That was a lot, emotional. We cried a few tears in the house tonight. But we still have an award for St. Paul's, don't we, Natalie?
So the award for St. Paul's was generously donated by Paul's Pizzeria in 1973. It's a pizzeria that's been serving the people of Gosford for many, many years, and it's given to St. Paul's for having Paul in their name.
I think we did it for you, Paul. I think we did that for you.
Beautiful.
Now we're going to run over the SACS charity involvement throughout the school. So not just with this event, we include charities in almost all of our house events, don't we, Natalie? So we have a long tradition of service supporting local charities, so Anglicare, Rough Edges, New South Sydney Anglican Church, and our outreach to help those who are needy in our local community.
Yeah, so SACS Factor is supporting the house charity for Hereford and Salisbury, which operates through South Sydney Anglican Church and is a really, really valuable cause.
Yeah. So please donate. We'd love to see that money go to someone who really needs it in these very tough times.
And also knock York out of the league.
So now we're going to introduce Act 8, which I think is our final act. It's gone so quickly.
Oh my goodness.
So welcome, York to the stage. Hello, if you could introduce yourselves.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Calvin.
So what is your act today?
We're doing the main event, which is a mashup of a bunch of Lion King songs.
Incredible. So the recent Lion King remake got a 53% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh. How does this bode for your house? Are you going to pick it back up again?
Yeah, I think we will. So I think the original, the recent remake, and York's remake. It's up here.
Wow, you're going to pick it up after Elton John on the original score, Beyonce in the new one. Will your house be able to follow these incredible performers?
Definitely.
Loving their confidence. We'll see them in action in their act, in the final act.
Come on, York!
Oh, I just can't wait to be king.
Hakuna Matata, what a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata, ain't no passing grade.
Means no worries for the rest of your days.
Sing it, kid. It's our problem free philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
Wait, I can see what's happening.
What?
And they don't got a clue.
Who?
Fall in love, and here's the bottom line. Our trio's down to 2.
Oh.
The sweet goddess of twilight. There's magic everywhere. And with all this romantic atmosphere, disasters in the air. Can you feel the love tonight? The peace the evening brings. The world for once in perfect harmony with all its living things. It's the circle of life, and it moves us all through despair and through faith and love, until we find a way on the path unwinding in the
I have no idea what I just saw. I seem to have passed out in a fever dream. But we have yet to give York House their award. This was the last plate in Dr. Collier's dishwasher. We found it at the very back. We thought we'd missed it. And it is the 1994 Movie Musical Remake Award. Congratulations. It was created after Elton John left the school in 1837.
Thank you so much. We are so honoured.
Thank you. And thank you so much, guys. And now we will have, a staff item. We have a staff item every year, don't we?
We do.
We do. But this year we're using a draft first remote SACS FACTOR trial, see if it was working, and it was just so good that we thought, why not show our teachers incredible talent? So roll the tape, excited to see it.
When I was young, I never needed anyone, and teaching kids was just for fun. Those days are gone. Living alone, I think of all the friends I've known. But when I dial the telephone, nobody's home. All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. All by myself, don't wanna leave all by myself anymore. Hard to be sure. Sometimes I feel so insecure, and love so distant and obscure remains the cure. All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. All by myself.
still yo-yo.
I never needed anyone,
Ha, tell that to your husband.
and teaching kids was just for fun.
You call that fun?
Those days are gone.
Yeah, they're gone. Long gone. Like my dear old grandma.
All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore. All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore. I can't.
Welcome back. So that's all the music that we have today.
I feel like it went so quickly, and we saw so much diversity in the acts, didn't we, Natalie?
It's been beautiful.
Like, I am biased towards my own house, but I would have difficulty voting for the People's Choice Awards, which is actually, funnily enough, a great segue, because you guys should be voting for the People's Choice Awards. What are you doing watching this? Jump on charity, with a D, .com/SACS FACTOR.
And voting for students is now open, so because we've all heard all the acts. Now, the important thing to note is that the People's Choice Award doesn't actually go towards the Dean Pitt Shield. So please, I'm begging you, try and vote for the house that you actually thought was the best, not just your own house. It all goes to the same charity. It's kind of your opportunity to recognise just a house that you really enjoyed.
But after so much diversity in the performance, you may have forgotten which house is your favourite, or you haven't decided yet, which is understandable. So we're just going to run a highlights video of all the acts we have seen today, as a little reminder, a little taste tester of each one. I'm excited to do a run down memory lane. Yeah, all good?
Beautiful. All right,
Awesome.
Let's see it.
The day that played and that played so loud, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the ninth, and the major. When you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell you don't know. You don't know you're beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting to the end. We step on stars, we still lost one. So pleased to hide away for so long. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. For some reason I can't explain, I know simply don't go on this world. That was when I ruled the world. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. Winter's cold, can't stop me, baby. Oh no, 'cause you are my girl. Send for me, oh baby. I'm gonna be the main event, like no king was before. I'm brushing up, I'm looking down, I'm working on my roar. That's Barbara.
So that message goes out to all our parents, old Andrians, friends, family members, cousins, who Yeah.
Remember, voting closes Monday. You still have the weekend.
Yes,
I'm
definitely.
expecting great things from you.
Great things. You can rob a bank or something. Do anything.
We're not
you can.
advocating for that. The St Andrews
I
Cathedral
mean,
School Educational
just on the low down, you can rob a bank.
Institution does not advocate for robbing banks.
Rob a bank. But now, I think after seeing such a different SACS Factor, it's important to reflect on how SACS Factor has evolved over the years. Because it had very humble beginnings, didn't it, Natalie?
This is true. So, SACS Factor, we were talking with Mr. Champion the other day, and he recounted the story of a boy in year 12 using a yo-yo and doing yo-yo tricks to techno music.
It was bizarre. I wasn't there, Natalie wasn't there, and we can only imagine how crazy. I think there were like weightlifters. The winner one year played the piano blindfolded. I think they won that first year.
Nothing compares when you're talking crazy to Canterbury today, though.
Yes, definitely.
But some competition in the past, I think just SACS Factor, from what I've heard and from what I've seen, has evolved so much from kind of year 7 when there were still people who were solo performing to now, when every single house has involvement and
such a big show every year. Building to Showcase last year, which was a huge event, wasn't it, Ellie?
It was incredible.
But now we're going to interview some people in the audience. They don't know this, but we're gonna surprise them. We're gonna cut to some interviews. We're gonna go off stage. You're seeing the backstage area here. We'll start with, is that Mr. Swibble over there?
That is Mr. Swibble.
Mr. Swibble, hello.
Hi, Natalie. How are you?
Hello. So can you, would you be able to reflect on how SACS Factor has evolved over the years?
Well, the host has changed. Our original host was Mr. Ralph Wilcock, and he wore a green lame jacket. And you guys are in blue today, but you look very smart anyway.
Mr. Wilcock lost the matching pants for the green jacket, so just the jacket.
I'm feeling a bit underdressed now, Natalie. I feel like we should have dressed up a bit. So as the deputy head of school, are there any biases? Have you received any bribes? It's okay, just between us, we won't tell anybody.
No, I remain impartial. I do have a soft spot for York, so go York, because my girls are in York. I also want to give a shout out as well to level 6 of St Andrew's House, who are on a 5-second delay, so you'll catch up to what I'm saying in about 5 seconds.
So York, you must be the anonymous donator that made York just rise to the top earlier. Thousands of dollars. Did you rob that bank?
Well, being anonymous means that you actually can't say who your identity is. So.
Whose school fees is it coming from is my question.
I did want to say one thing I've really noticed over the years has been the rise of the middle school within SACS Factor. It's been great to see. You mentioned the blindfolded piano player, Luke Fitzpatrick, who won the first SACS Factor. And we're actually seeing big groups, and I like the fact, you mentioned diversity, that SACS Factor's become more diverse, it's been more inclusive, and that's what SACS is all about.
Thank you so much. We're now going to Mr. Hook, an ex-Andrean who has been running the backstage area so brilliantly, haven't you, Mr. Hook?
Yeah, it's been an immense challenge for us here in the IT department. It's been crazy moving from the cathedral and what we're used to there to the internet where you see us now. But something I reckon we could do again. It's been pretty fun.
Do again? I'm not sure I'm ready for that, Natalie.
I don't think so.
Has there been a performance that has been most memorable? Because you've been involved in plenty of SACS Factors in the past, haven't you?
Yeah, it feels like I've been in this place for about 100 years. I'm nowhere near 100 years old, barely 10, 20, I'm not even 20. But I think one of my favourite ones, I'm a bit biased being a Hereford boy by heart, was a performance I did when I was in year 12, and it was a mashup, but it included our house captain at the time, Jack Hayes, sitting in a chair at the front of the audience, dressed up as the Honourable Donald Trump, as we performed a classical ballad to him to start us off. So, good memories.
Sounds like it, and I think we're all good to announce the winners of SACS Factor. We're moving back to the stage now. I am shaking in my boots, Natalie.
I'm so excited. It better be Salisbury.
Better be Winchester.
No way.
We welcome the Honourable Dr. Collier. Welcome. Thank you for letting us steal the plates from your office. Welcome up to the stage, Dr. Collier.
Thank you very much, Josh and Natalie, and thank you for doing such a fine and animated job as MCs. And while I'm saying thank you, I really appreciate Mr. Salstrom and Mr. Champion in making sure that we could have SACS Factor despite the social distancing difficulties. And thank you very much to all those who have performed. I know that it has been difficult in terms of the restrictions, and you've had to find ingenious ways to come together, to practice, to rehearse, to perform, to be filmed, and you've had to find sometimes outlandish costumes that would fit the purpose. So it's nice that you've done that. What we in fact do in SACS Factor is we express our community. We express the fact that people matter and that the bonds between people are really important to us. And we see that especially in SACS Factor through the houses. And it's lovely that older students welcome younger students and involve them also. This speaks of the heart of the school and of our care for one another. So thank you for that. Congratulations on the musical expertise that we saw, in some cases the choreography that we saw. I've been watching online, as have most of our spectators, because we have very few who are able to be present in person, but it's been a fine SACS Factor. And you may not be aware that this event is a creation of Mr. Swibble, who put this together some years ago in order to celebrate community and for us to have another way of enjoying school. And it has a life of its own, and it's very popular. Now I'll come to what you want to hear from me, which is the winners. Unfortunately, only one house can win, even though every house is meritorious. So I'm going to tell you who came fourth, and then we'll move up to first after that. So in fourth place today, we have Hereford House. Well done, Hereford. Now, our judges, and thank you very much, our august judges, in many cases former students, have worked really hard to separate York and Winchester. And so what has happened is that York have come third, with Winchester just 1 point above them. Well done, York and Winchester. And in first place, we have St Paul's. Well done, St Paul's. Congratulations. And you are receiving the shield from our music captain right now on camera. Thank you, Natalie, for making the presentation, and congratulations, St Paul's.
Thank you. We'd just like to acknowledge the incredible work that has been put into this whole event. It's so much to put together, and we have a few gifts for our celebrity judges, and of course Mr. Salstrom, who put all this together so beautifully. So I welcome firstly Mr. Salstrom to the stage. Come on, Mr. Salstrom, come on. Thank you so much for putting, you're giving me a look. Thank you so much for putting all of this together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, some exciting things in there and a card as well. Sponsored by Toby's Oats, I don't know.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Natalie and Josh, for doing a great job. You guys are amazing. These guys are amazing, aren't they? So good. Thank you.
That's very kind.
And now, of course, our celebrity judges.
And they are celebrities.
Of course. Old Andrians, all celebrities. If we could welcome them up to the stage, I'll make some room. Natalie, I'll pass the gifts to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You guys were awesome, as Solsti said. Such a schmick production. Such a good team. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I wish we had this kind of competition when I was at school. It's fantastic to be incorporating some of the media into your music. Yeah, so thank you for having us.
And finally, Michaela, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that is it from us. Thank you so much for joining us on this bizarre SACS Factor. I hope you had a great time. And now we'll hand over to, we're all finishing. Enjoy your lunch. I've been Josh.
Enjoy your lunch. I've been Natalie.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, People's Choice till Monday. Vote. Rub that bang.
Vote.